Hello guys, welcome back to Comic Book Cafe, and today we are going to talk about Marvel 2-in-1 Thing and Jocasta. This is a comic book that originally, again, inside says October 1982. Marvel has always done these kind of like team-up books, and they've always done some kind of Marvel Presents or some kind over the years, and this one is no exception. This also stars the Machine Man, and of course, there's the cover, Ultron. So, thought it'd be cool to go over this comic now to do in the Age of Ultron storyline. So, let's get started, shall we? Let's open this bad boy up. And first thing you start off with is basic, kind of silly. This guy's making a fake, ID, or he's doing something. No, sorry, he's doing something with the luggage. I'm sorry, I don't know why ID. He's doing something like in his credit card luggage, and he looks at the thing, and of course he's like, oh my, kind of thing. Of course, the thing lets off a smart comment, like he usually does. And there he is walking through the Cairo airport, just walking. Basically, you walk to the airport, the guy's like, you gotta go through the metal detector. He goes, okay, and he crushes the metal detector because he's too big. And, he tells, he goes, I got bigger problems than that, and that's basically it, Now, let's turn to the next page, if I can turn it. Okay. So there you go, getting on the plane, and of course, somebody decides to take the plane. And what does the thing do? Of course, he hits the ground and he stops them. So simple little, because he can't just get on a plane. Something has to happen. So here we are, back in New York, and basically there's a mysterious woman. These guys are gonna do something to her, and all of a sudden there's this flash, and they're all on the ground. And then here it's just kind of one of those personal moment things, where Alicia Masters at this point is like the Thing's, love interest. Ask, Richards about, well, you did this thing to the Thing that changed him, and he doesn't want to tell the truth or anything, so he thinks she's in love with the Thing and not his friend Ben, so they know the Thing creature that he is, not Ben, so he doesn't tell her, and luckily he's saved by an alert. Now I try to turn the page again, and here we are, plane takes off, or plane lands, and there he is, and there's, of course, people like Nuke the Whales, Food Causes Cancer, Bring Back Stanley, kind of jokes there. It's like, you need a ride? And of course, no, the Fantastic Four thing shows up. Simply put, they're back, him and Alicia meet, blah, blah, blah. And Johnny's like, oh, it's so cool, you guys are in love. They're in love, and he does a heart thing. Simple little, mushiness, of course. And then it's revealed that, of course, the mysterious woman is, of course, Jocasta, and, she's talking about how something's missing. And you go back to her backstory, how she was eventually made by Ultron to be her female counterpart, that to be his bride, and that she was with the Avengers, she always, they didn't see her that way, and eventually they decided, only can I keep 6 members, and they kicked her out. She thought for sure she'd make the team, and she was lonely, and she doesn't feel right. She feels like something's wrong with her, and now here she is breaking down, and so they're all going outside, like, well, we're going to help you, we'll take you to the guest room, and then, another moment thing, Alicia Masters, how she feels so bad for her, kind of thing. And of course, Reed's like, we got to talk, later, and things like, okay, and he leaves with the girl. Then Reed Richard gets a hold of Captain America to find out about Jocasta and all the records they have on her and everything. And she's sleeping, and she has dreams, of course, of Ultron. And here's your first picture of Ultron, melted into this, into this area, stuck there. He can't move. He's alive, but he can't move. So we all know where this is eventually going, of course, and that is, so here's Thing, walking through the Baxter building, and this guy, you're like, who's this guy? And him and this guy are having some conference thing, and the Thing walks in, and the guy's like, I know he's like, I know the Thing doesn't know he's ever met me before. And then there's the artist looking at all these, like, Alicia Masters made all these sculptures, and because she's blind, he's like, it's amazing how she could do that. And he makes a comment how ugly this metal statue is, and she's like, I'm not a statue. And you see her head hurting her. And more ads we don't need to see. And then here she's just like, her head hurts, she's snapping, she's destroying the sculptures. These 2 guys try to stop her. She takes the guys out, she breaks through the wall. And of course Alicia calls somebody like, we need to get help to help her. Here's Ben talking to the guy, and you find out the mysterious guy he's talking to is none other than the Machine Man. So here you see Ultron sitting there, and you see like she's kind of been, something's wrong with her. She's like trying to free him. It's like she's been hypnotized, and of course the big thing, lava, like the heat lava thing hits, and of course she shoots at him, and of course he's freed, and once again Ultron is free and he lives. And then she tries to take him out because she realizes he hypnotized her. It was all brainwashing. That if something ever happened to him, she would have to help him, kind of thing. Again, it's good little interaction. How he like, so you don't want to help me? I'm gonna, fine. You can't stop my plans. And Machine Man shows up, of course, punching him. Which Machine Man is kind of a funny character. He can only extend his legs and his arms. He couldn't do too much. And Ultron's like, you're one of us, I don't want to hurt you. Because he believes on destroying humanity. He doesn't want to kill machines. He believes machines should rule the world. And of course, then, the Thing tries to show up, and he shows up as Ultron. Just basically finishes off the Machine Man from being able to fight him for now. More ads we don't need to see. And here's the Thing, ripping stuff up. Him and Ultron are going head to head. He's, beating up, and then Ultron, of course, he hypnotizes him right here. He hypnotizes the Thing, and then Machine Man's all like reveled up. He's like, he makes a joke. I could have been born in an Atari video game way back then. And then at the very end, you see the Thing about to destroy Machine Man. Again, a more of a cool little issue dealing with the dynamics of Jocasta and like her pain and everything going on. But again, not a bad issue. If you like a lot of guest stars like Machine Man and Ultra, again, Ultron has a big, long history in Marvel Universe. And so, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. We will, if you like, this was actually an enjoyable comic. This is by no means a bad comic, especially for a 2-in-1. And these 2-in-1s and these presents, they actually tell more interesting stories than they usually do in regular comics. So, guys, that's all for now. I will see you guys again for another Comic Book Cafe soon.